Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I am Montoya. A couple of topics to get through. I know it's been a while since we did news, but there is a lot and a couple of controversial takes. So don't cry if I upset you. Starting off at 318.1 and 318.2 will be wiped. Now, people are pissed. There are people crying, shaking, and vomiting. This is not new. We've had plenty of wipes in the past. I know it's frustrating. You've been grinding up your rep or grinding up a UEC. And for those of you who are stupid enough to have spent money on eBay buying Alpha UEC, this happens, so don't do it. All right. And I don't know why people keep doing that, but these wipes will happen. Now, particularly in 318, there was a wipe with there was an issue, an exploit with cargo where you'd be able to resell the cargo multiple times, and some people accumulated an insane amount of wealth. So yes, there is a money wipe coming. Rep and everything else will happen too. I don't know why they went that way, but you know what? There's a ton of wipes. There's a ton of updates they did in 318 to fix it. A lot of patches, hot fixes. And so they're just going to wipe everything clean and start again in 318.1 and point 2. So be aware of that. Doesn't mean you have to stop playing. Just enjoy your time, but be aware your progress will not pass along. Fresh start for everyone in 18.1 and 18.2. Are you offended? Let me know. Post below. Let's just go through all the different news items quickly. All right, Squadron 42 updates. Do you read these? And as much as I love to know what's happening, I'll be completely honest with you. These come through in my email. I glance at it, and you know what? It's not that I don't appreciate them sharing the information, but I need to see it. I'm a visual person. I have to see it. I love hearing about it, but I have to see it. And if you don't show me what's happening there, let's get back to the second. What else we have? Oh, okay, 318 has been advertised. Most of us don't see ads, but this guy here took a picture. This is of Reddit. And he is watching, I guess, a YouTube video on something Star Citizen related, and an ad comes up for 318. Why is the marketing team advertising what is the worst patch we've had in a very, very long time? We'll discuss. We're going to take a look at the roadmap, and obviously they're very bare. We know what's happened over there. They removed everything that is tentative. They're only going to talk about things which are actually happening, like we know the RSI links is coming. The roadmap roundup, basically the same thing I just showed you there. We'll discuss a couple of those things. And then there's the monthly report, which has a wealth of very interesting stuff. We'll close with that. But before we go further, let me just first thank everyone who's backed me through my Patreon. Ladies and gentlemen of my Patreon, thank you very much. I'm sorry if I've ignored you recently, but I do appreciate you backing me. Those of you who ask what's the best way, Patreon is the easiest way to go about it. Thank you very much for your ongoing support. I much appreciate it. And since this is a CitizenCon year, we're going to have a ton of expenses going into CitizenCon, assuming we get a booth. We'll see how that goes. But yes, your support to Patreon is very much appreciated. Link is below if you would like to help out with that. So let us go on now with the Squadron 42 story. Let me ask you now, I'm not saying my opinion is widespread or you have to agree with my opinion on this at all, but 2016 was the year where we all went to CitizenCon and we were going to get the big reveal. We're going to answer the call. There's a huge trailer out. There's Gary Oldman. It's all the big names are going to be there in the trailer. And they, instead of showing us Squadron 42, they basically said, well, you know, we were going to show it, but then, you know, something didn't line up. We had to refactor something. We decided it's best just to hold back on that. So very disappointed. I was very disappointed. Everyone I was with, highly disappointed. The entire community, very disappointed. But we assumed, you know, okay, 2017, 2018, we'll see it. But here we are, 2023, and still same story. So my disappointment in Squadron 42 is immense. I haven't tried to hide that at all, but same with everyone else. But at the same time, we know things are happening, and they do spend a lot of time, and I appreciate the team that puts together these updates to tell us what's happening. They're telling us about the AI and the advancements on this behavior, and the AI content implement various leisure behaviors and campaigns. So we know things are happening, but I'll be perfectly honest. I don't read these. They keep on coming in, and it's lovely that I can paint a picture in my head knowing something's happening, but at this point in time, I just need to see it. I just need to see it. I need them to show me we've done this and this, X and Y and Z. Fine, show me. The AI tech has made significant improvements to navigation. Great, show me. And I know they said they don't want to show too much of Squadron 42 because, spoilers. That's fine. But honestly, I at this point in time, look, it really sounds like you're doing amazing stuff. And they keep on going. And these reports keep on coming in. But unless I see it, I'm a visual person. I just need to see it. And so, guys, I'm not saying CIG must listen to what I'm saying, but it would be nice after all these years to give us maybe another vertical slice in Squadron 42. And sure, maybe you're keeping things as a surprise for CitizenCon, but I know I speak on behalf of a lot of people. I say, just show us something already. We'll be happy to see something new, a new vertical slice, because it sounds amazing, but at this point in time, I have to see it. I do. All right, so let's talk about this. The ads. Why? I understand marketing has a budget, and I can understand that they have a budget they put towards ads playing on YouTube perhaps. But 3.18 has got to be the worst patch they've had in a long time. Look, I love the game, but I've got no problem saying 3.18 was terrible. There wasn't. This all fixed. A lot of people had login problems, but the last of those people have managed to log in now. So with the login problems going away, and I know they've been working hard to hotfix everything they can, 3.18.1 is going to be better. 3.18.2 will be great compared to what we have now. But 3.18 was a very, very frustrating patch for a lot of people. So why would the marketing team be advertising 3.18? It's the worst possible patch to get new players into. I can't imagine the frustration of someone paying $50, $55, $60 to get a starter pack only to come into the game and realize that they get a 30K error and can't even log in. I can't help but feel that this must have been a disconnect between the marketing team and the dev team, where marketing said, okay, here's our budget for the month, we're going to run ads. But at some point, the dev team has said, listen, pause that. And you can. When you run Google Ads, you can go into the dashboard and click pause campaign, because you should not be advertising a patch which was as rough to just get into. Never mind getting into it, but there were a ton of bugs in once you were in also. So I would suggest, again, not my place to tell CIG what to do, but yeah, sometimes pause the campaign if there's a really, really bad patch, because there's nothing worse than seeing an ad, acting on the ad and buying a package, trying to log in and not being able to log in. What a terrible situation that would be. That person, I'm sure it happened to someone, they'd be getting a refund right away. So is that helping or hurting Star Citizen? I don't want to say it's hurting, but it's definitely not helping advertising a patch as rough as 3.18. So the marketing team and dev team definitely need to pay closer attention to what's happening in each other's groups over there. So we touched on the roadmaps. Again, these roadmaps used to be massive. At this point in time, we would have had like 3.19.1, 19.2, 4.0 shown to what's happening and like planned to what's happening, but they've stopped doing that because I don't disagree with the reasoning, but they only want to show what is actually going to be happening. So not much to show on this side. Basically, the tractor beam attached, detached. We saw that in the recent Inside Star Citizen. And we saw the visuals already of the RSI links, which look sweet, but I don't know. Do I own one? Does it come with any ship? I have a 600i. That's not the links, though. I don't think I have it. No, I don't think I'll be buying it either. Doesn't do anything I needed to do. But let's follow up on that with a bit of the roadmap. So they're talking about the tractor beam attached, detached. So love it. I love it. Look, persistent anti-streaming, very important in this game. And it's going to get to the point where, and then they're at the point right now almost, where if you're walking along and you see something and you think in your head, hey, can I do this with that thing? The answer is almost yes, every time. So when you land on a planet and you see a derelict ship, you see a wreck, and that wreck has a missile or some sort of weapon on the wing, and you think, hey, can I take that and put on my ship? The answer will be yes, you can, which is awesome. So if you're stuck in some way out system and your component is broken, or you really need some piece which is really too far away to get, but you find on the ship that might be compatible, how awesome is it? You go in, you grab that shield generator out of the wreck, and you put it into your own ship. Awesome. I love the idea, and that is something which we saw already shown us in the recent Inside Star Citizen. Beautiful idea, and it works too, so that's great. New player experience. Let's talk about that for a second. And that kind of ties in with this situation right here. When you are a new player and you arrive in the game, yes, there are these tips that come across the bottom. I know all of us turn it off because we know all those tips already, but for a new player, it's very important. So I'm not sure exactly what they plan on doing here, but an initiative for improving the initial first 30 minutes of the gameplay experience, which will help players understand the context of the world and introduce them to some basic features. This update focuses on the experience in Area 18 and by Genie Point. So we know that they are probably going to be encouraging people to go to Area 18 as the first starter zone, which is a lovely place to start. It's a beautiful area. I'm curious to see what exactly that's going to be, because they had a tutorial many years ago. Do you guys remember the tutorial they had where they teach you how to fly the ship and everything? So the reason they don't have tutorials anymore is because the game is in flux, the key bindings change, flight mechanics change, and they can't really do that. So I'm curious to see what they decided upon here in Area 18. Very likely they'll just kind of show you around and they'll say, go to this spot and buy a helmet. And now go here and buy a drink. I'm guessing that's what's going to be, just the basics of what you need to actually start in the game and not die of thirst or exposure because you forgot to put on a helmet when you left your room. That's what I suspect it will be, but much needed and definitely very helpful to the new players coming in. And on that note of new players coming in, guys, a ton of new members have joined my org test squadron, and we hit the same problem every single time. If you do not come into Discord and say, hey, I'm new, we can't help you. And this goes the same for every other org out there. Now, it doesn't matter what org you've joined. Odds are they are not very active on Spectrum itself. You have to go to that org's Discord, go in there, say, hi, I'm new. They would love to help you out. So keep that in mind if you are new. Doesn't matter what org you join, go check out their Discord because they will help you out when you go there. I see way too many people ending up on Spectrum going, what do I do now? Not knowing that there's tons of people in their org's Discord waiting to help them out. Go give it a look. New mission, salvage contracts. So this is interesting. Salvage has proven to be a very exciting job, which a lot of people are doing. Now, with more civilian access to salvage ships, contract brokers offering salvage jobs for derelicts around Lagrange points around Stanton. These brokers charge a fee for the service, so this will be required some buy-in, but the contractors are free to keep salvage material for resale. Good. What this means is there will be some very juicy ships out there to salvage, but you will need to have a certain amount of rep, which I just told you will be wiped. You'll need some rep and you'll have to pay money. So the more money you pay, odds are the contract will be better, but riskier too. There will be pirates. It's possible there will be PvP. So if there is some massive wreck out there, and you get the contract, you may need to get some friends and fighters to come back you up because odds are it's either PvE or PvP there. The area must be cleared before you can actually go and scoop up those millions that you will make from these big juicy wrecks. I love the idea. Lots of people love the idea, and Salvage has been doing very well. If you haven't tried it, give it a shot. It's really good. New missions, Ghost Hollow in PvP missions, adding new PvP type to Ghost Hollow. Point of interest in Stansom, making use of the comma rays as well as AI nav mesh. This mission type will create PvP encounters where players need to fight for control over terminals. We kind of see a bit of that happening already. That is very exciting. And Laurelville Cityscape. This is, it's beautiful. From what we've seen so far, it looks really good. Also because the color scheme is black and yellow, which is obviously the best color scheme you can get in this game. Reworking Laurelville skyline to make a better fit scale of a city and its distinctive buildings. It does look very good, and I'm excited to go fly around there and check it out. And closing up, we have the PU monthly report, which is absolutely massive. So a couple of interesting things in here. First of all, the ships is the first thing I always go to. We've seen some pictures of the Argo SOV. This is the tow truck of Star Citizen making its way in. A lot of people love the idea of playing tow truck driver. And these large systems coming in, Pyro being the next one, there will be a lot of people running out of fuel. So this will be a very cool game loop. I guess the same way that you put out a medical beacon when you're injured, you'll be putting out a I'm out of fuel beacon. And just hope that pirates don't pick that up. And hopefully a tow truck driver comes and picks you up and takes you where you need to go. Now, Whitebox began on 2 unannounced vehicles. What are they? Now, it's not the Suntalk EI because that is announced. But there are 2 unannounced. Curious to see what that is. I don't believe we've seen any hints of what it could be. But what we did see in the recent Inside Star Citizen was the Crusader Spirit. which is coming close. Interior, exterior gray box is now complete. I like this one. I'm a big fan of the medium to smaller ships. As I've played this game, I've kind of progressed in what I like to use. Between the 600i and the 400i, I tend to just migrate to the 400i more. The Corsair, I like that. It's a favorite. So this size ship, cutlass size and around that area, for me personally, it's what I just end up using the most. So yeah, I'm excited for the Spirit. I believe I got the 3-pack of this. Did I? I think I did. So that's going to be cool. I'm excited for this one. It's been a while since the Corsair that I've been excited for something, and I'm looking forward to get myself in that one. Gray box on the Santok Yai ongoing. Wings and thrusters now fully mounted. Yeah, Santok Yai is one I don't own, actually. I never bothered getting it. My concern is the same reason that I'm not a big fan of the Cartuel. Listen, I love the Xion ships. I love the Xion design. But if you've flown the Scout Fighter there, you get shot in the engine, you're done. If one engine goes down, you're done. And I'm concerned that the same kind of thing passes off to Santok Yai. It might be very capable, it might be very maneuverable, but if you get shot in one engine, you're cooked. Is it? Have they fixed it? If they fix that, if they make the engines and the struts and everything on that stronger, this might be quite a formidable little medium fighter. It looks good. I'm sure the sound is going to be awesome. Yeah, I'll be trying it out. But as far as purchasing, I have not owned it. Maybe I'll upgrade if it turns out to be something good. I'll have to wait till it comes out in the game first, and we'll do a review when that comes about. Other than that, I mean, pretty good juicy stuff in here. Nothing overly exciting that we've not talked about before. I'll post a link this below. But let's wrap it up here. Give me your thoughts on Squadron 42. Are you still excited for this? Am I alone in thinking, just show me already? And to the guys at CIG, I love that you're doing this. Thank you very much, but I got to see it. I got to see it. You know, show me something. You do. And the ad story, let me know your thoughts on this and other things below. If you enjoy my content, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments below, always appreciated. Thumbs up, and I'll catch you in the next one.